Hello everybody and welcome back to FX Street. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top gainers and the top losers of last week. Before I actually dive deep into the technicals of the stuff and what to expect from the coins, please make sure to head on to our YouTube channel here and click the subscribe button. And if you want to stay updated with the hottest trends, please make sure to click the bell icon as well. Right, you can also follow us on Twitter at FXS Crypto and myself at OneGecko with the 0 at the end. Right, so let's start the analysis. Right, the top gainers of the last week were Tron, XDC, and GMT. Right, so let's take a look at Tron from a weekly time frame. Right, so last week we saw Tron produce a 7% upswing. The week before that, a 9% upswing, and this week so far things are looking pretty good for Tron at 2.7% upswing. Right, so let's go on to a lower time frame. So right off the bat, I see this range that is holding up, that has been held up for quite some time. Tron moved above the range high twice, and it failed to move. It failed to stay above this range high at 0.0714. And the reason for that, being that the market structure is completely raging. So Tron is highly correlated with Bitcoin, so you can expect the price to do exactly the same. Tron to follow Bitcoin as it is, right? So for now, we're seeing a move above the range high again. Hopefully this time around, if things work out, there's a good chance Tron needs to stabilize above the range high, consolidate here, which will increase the chances of it going higher. Right? In which case, we can expect Tron to retest 834. 0.0834 from the current position. This is a 15% upswing. That's what I'm expecting from Tron. Right, but then again, this is from a long-term perspective. If you move out on a 4-time perspective, there's a chance Tron could retrace down to these demand zones here, and then form a base around here, and then finally flip. Right, so hold on, let me just mark out the demand zones. First one extends from 672 to 680. So yeah, I think this is a valid support level here. I think we're going to see if Bitcoin continues to rise, then there's a good chance price will continue going higher, stabilize above the range high as I mentioned here. If not, if there's a minor retracement in Bitcoin, I think there's a Tron could retrace down to this demand zone here, extending from 0.0672 to 0.0684. Right, as for the upswing, like I mentioned, the target is 0.0834, which was a major support level back in August and November of 2021. But now that that's been breached, there's going to be considerable amount of resistance present at this level. So that is where you can expect the price to fall at the top. So regardless of it being a weekly gainer, I think there's a good chance there is a little bit of rally left for Tron. Right, so let's take a look at the next one, which is XDC. Okay, this coin closed at 7%, but at one point in time, it was up 19%. Right, and considering the way things are going, I think there is a resistance level here at 0.061, and I think it's going to stay here for quite some time, right? And interestingly, you can see there's a formation of a double top here at 0.0685, which is going to be the next target. On a lower sample perspective, there is an FVG here, so I'm expecting the price to retrace from where it is right now to by another 6%. I think, yeah, 6% retracement is what I'm expecting from XDC. Once we get this, I think there's going to be stabilization and then a move above 0.685, mainly because there was a double top formation here, so the price is going to collect liquidity. And on top of that, as you can see here, there is an FVG present up to this level. So unlike Tron, this coin has a lot more potential for it to move higher. Right? Assuming we go to retracement down to this level here, you're looking at a 35% upswing for XDC in the coming days. As for the downside, if we get a breakdown of this level here, okay, we're not at that level, you don't want to see price go below 529 because this is the last line of defense. Probably a daily close below this would trigger a further descent to 486, right? The first scenario is pretty simple: a retracement down to this level here at 575, and then a move up to 685, which is the first target, and the second target is 781. An alternative scenario is the price is also formed double bottom here. So there's liquidity resting below this, right? So there's a good chance price could do this as well. So yeah, that's my take on XDC. Let's move on to the next one, which is GMT or Steppen. Yep, this coin, again, say it rallied only 1%, and at one point in time it was up 23%. Okay, let's take a look at this coin from a lower time perspective. From a 4-hour chart, right, you can see the price is traversing the descending parallel channel, and since it's if it was skewed to the downside, if you'd seen something like this take place, it would have been a bull flag, right? And then you kind of expect the price to go higher, but now that's not happening. So let's take a look at the RSI. Okay, this is a clear bullish divergence that I see here. Right, as you can see, the price is forming higher lows, but the RSI is forming lower lows, which is a hidden bullish divergence. Right, so what you can expect from Steffen going forward is once we get a decisive move above 3.8, there's a good chance price could head up to 3.75. Or 3.75, or if we're lucky, we could probably get a retest of this middle line of the parallel channel. Right, it could be an exponential run up, which could put it anywhere from 3.75 to approximately $3.9 is where I believe the upside is going to be capped for GMT. Somewhere from 3.7 to 3.94 is what I'm expecting the upside to be capped for GMT. As for the downside, there's pretty good support here, which is the range high of, let's change the color. Yep, so back here in April, in the first week of April, Steffen formed a range, and the range high of it is at 3.15, which is going to be acting as a support if we ever lose this sending parallel channel slower trend line. So yeah, as long as the range high at 3.14 holds, I don't think there's any threat of the downside, right? But assuming in a direct case, if we do get a breakdown at this level, there's a good chance price could head down to the 50 retracement level here at $2.6. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Steppen. Let's move on to the next set, which is the top losers, Zilliqa, right? Zilliqa's price action is really interesting. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted a setup here on my YouTube channel on roughly 4 days ago, right? And I explained in the video about why Zilliqa was due for a downtrend. 4 days ago was somewhere, somewhere around here is when I posted this setup, and I expect the price to retest the breaker. Right, so let's just take a look at what's happening with Zilliqa, right? Zilliqa formed a high here on 27th March at roughly 0.125. So it formed a high at 0.125 and then formed a higher high at $0.23, which apparently was its all-time high. And in between these highs, it formed a demand zone, right? These are the three conditions that you need to check for when you're looking for a breaker. There needs to be a higher high, A. There needs to be a demand zone that was formed in between these two levels. And the third condition is that the price needs to break the demand zone. Once we get a daily candlestick close, a daily, weekly, whatever time frame you're on, if we get a day close, candlestick close below that particular demand zone, that demand zone is now a breaker. And the retest of this demand zone after a breakdown is where you short the coin, right? And let's look at it on the low time frame, and if you actually got a retest, yeah, no, we came extremely close to retesting the breaker here at, so this was 0.097 and the breaker was 0.0974. So it was extremely close to retesting this breaker, right? And that's what I expected the coin to do for this bearish breaker, right? There was a massive fair value gap here which extending from 0.050 to 0.097, and this was an inefficiency in the price that was formed when ZIL rallied roughly 99% in the single daily candlestick, right? So far the price has come quite a bit lower, and there still needs to be this FVG here extending from 0.058 to 0.0671. This level needs to be filled. So there is a good chance that it could continue flushing lower by another 28%. So yeah, that's my take on ZIL, guys. If you want to see ZIL go higher, I think the only way it could go back, like trigger a bull rally, would be to produce a daily. If a weekly candlestick close above 0.121 occurs, then I think it's a really good bullish outlook for silica. Let's take a look at the next one, which is AXS Infinity. Okay, AXS Infinity dropped 28% last week. Damn, that's quite a lot. So AXS Infinity was trading in this range, extending from $44 to $72 for quite some time here. Right, and finally broke the range after 2-3 months of consolidation and dropped like a truck, dropped 42% in 6 days. But from a 3-year time frame perspective, there is a demand zone here which extends from $23 to $14. So I think there's a good chance price will continue heading lower into this demand zone. And it would also provided an opportunity to fill this fair value gap that was formed on 24th July, right? So it's currently over here. It's soon to fill this gap. Basically, the gap between this dotted line and the pink rectangle here, or the purple rectangle. So yeah, what you can expect from AXS? Let's go on a 4-hour time frame to see if there's any fair value gaps. Nope. So what you can expect from AXS Infinity is to form some sort of a range, sweep the range, and then sweep the range, and then when everybody's ecstatic, boom, it's going to drop. And then like after forming this range around at least from $26 to somewhere around $38, $26, $38 is there could be a range that forms here, and then the price eventually breaks down, retests this demand zone here, extends from $23 to $14, and then makes a move higher. So that is my take on AXS or AXS Infinity. There's not a lot going on. It's pretty simple. Let's move to the next one, which is Phantom. So Phantom dropped 26%, which is 3% more than what AXS did. Already marked a daily demand zone here, extending from 0.46 to 0.59. And again, there is a tiny bit of a fair value gap here that extends from that extends from 0.59 to 0.68. And so far, I think, yep, the price has filled it up to 0.65. Now you can expect the price to move down to 0.59. From here, this is roughly another 9% or 8% drop that you can expect from Phantom. Right, and again, and let's go on a 4-hour time frame to see if there's an FVG to the upside. Yeah, there is a very slight bit of FVG here. So unlike AXS, you can expect Phantom to go up to this level and then set a range. Like this would set a range anywhere from here to this point here at $1. But there's a good chance you can expect Phantom to go up to $1 and then reverse from there. and head lower and fill the fair value gap that extends from 0.65 to 0.59. So that is pretty much it, guys, for Phantom. If you enjoyed the top gainers and top losers analysis, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.